Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Music Theory. Today we are going to talk about relative keys. Now, a relative key is a key that shares the same notes as another key, but doesn't start the scale on the same note. And so I'm going to give you a couple examples of this. We're going to start in the key of C, right? As always, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Alright, now what you're going to do to find the relative minor of C major is you're going to go to the sixth note, which is A. And you're going to replay that scale. But instead of starting on C, you're going to start on A. I'm going to move it down a little bit here. So we're going to go A through A using white keys. And there you have A minor, or more specifically A natural minor. And that is the relative minor to the key of C major. Again, that means you're taking the same notes, the same ingredients that make up C major. Those same ingredients, when reordered from A, give you A minor. So this is one of the really cool things, but probably most understood things about music, is that there's really not that much difference between a lot of scales and a lot of modes. It all comes down to basically changing one note or changing the starting note. And so all you're doing is playing the white keys from C to C if you want the C major sound, or shifting and playing the white keys from A to A if you want the minor sound. Alright, now I'm going to play them both back to back so you can hear the difference. Here's C major, which is bright and happy. And then here's the more dark, mysterious A minor sound. Now you're probably wondering, if the notes are the same, why do they sound different? Well, this is one of the magic elements of music. The starting note has a lot to do with the overtone series. In other words, if you start on C, the intervallic relationship, the intervallic distance between each individual note is laid out in such a way that it happens to sound bright and happy. Therefore, we call it major. If you take that same group of notes but shift it and start on the A, now the interval distance between each note has shifted, giving it a slightly different sound or flavor. And in this case, it becomes what we know as the minor sound. The major scale has a major third. That E is your third, right? It's very bright, very happy. The A minor scale has a minor third. That C is your minor third. And so that gives you that sad minor third quality, right? I'm going to give you one more example, just so you guys can see it from a different perspective. We're going to go to the key of G major, which, if you don't know, that's G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Okay? Now, the really cool thing about music is that everything comes down to numbers and patterns and formulas, and they're all very simple and straightforward, and they don't change. Okay? So when we were in the key of C, we had to move 6 notes up in the scale and then replay the scale to get the relative minor. If we're in the key of G, 6 notes up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is the note known as E. And if you replay that G scale, starting on E, you will get the relative minor known as E minor, or E natural minor, or E aeolian if you like the modal name. So we're going to replay that now, starting from E. Here's E minor. So again, happy G major, and more sad E minor. hope you guys are grasping the concept. I'm trying to lay it out as efficiently and gently as possible. I love music theory. I love talking about it. So that's pretty much it for this, guys. Relative major, relative minor. Oh, let me before I go, let me backtrack a little bit. Back to the key of C. So we discussed how to go from C major to A minor as the relative minor. But if you're in A minor and you want to return back to C major, instead of going to the 6th note, you just go to the 3rd, right? So here's A minor. Go to your 3rd note, which is C, and then replay your scale from there, and you're back in C major. So the two keys both share the same notes, the same ingredients. It's all about where you start from, which then dictates the distance between each note, which then dictates the certain sound that you get. And our human ears have decided that from C to C, the intervallic relationships give you a very happy sound, and from A to A, using the same white keys, give you a very sad, dark, minor sound. And like I said, those are interchangeable. So if you're in C major, you want to go to the relative minor, you go up 6. If you're in A minor and you want to go back to C major, you go up 3. So those two keys or scales are relative. Think of them as being intertwined. And it's up to you to decide which flavor you're going for, major or minor. If anybody has questions out there, questions, comments, let me know in the comments below. And again, lessons are available online by request. We can do it virtually, schedule out a time, and go from there. I hope you all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.